John Lavelle, car leasing. That's what I want to talk about. Just a quick video here about car leasing. It's quite alright that corporations lease cars. They got tons of money, so it really doesn't matter the cost of it. If you're a private, you're a person that's it's going to be a personal lease. It's a little different. I want to tell you why. Excuse me. Car leases, you'll see them in the paper, the newspaper, and they got some pretty nice ticket prices on them, $300, $400, and your driving problems are solved. So you run down there and you make a deal, and you got a leased car. And the only thing that didn't come up in the conversation, and it never does, is one of the things in the fine print is that you're going to have to bring the car back to its original condition when the contract started. Now, in other words, you can't drive in there when the lease is up with dented fenders and the tires are worn out and parts of the dashboard have fallen off and upholstery's ripped. I mean, the car is it's lost a lot of its value, and so keep that in mind when you're actually driving this thing, that it doesn't get too wrecked up. The other one is I always tell people don't ever lease a car that is electric, because there's an additional expense. Back to the fine print, bring it back to its original specs. Car batteries are worth about half the price of the car price. So if it's a $30,000 car, those batteries are worth about 15 grand. And there'll be a labor charge in there. It could be 10,000. It's a real chunk anyways, and you're going to have to give them that money. So this whole notion that I've heard people say, I laugh when I drive by the gas station and see the people lined up and spending their money on gas, and here I charge up my vehicle for 11 cents, and apparently they can do it in an hour. It sounds quick to me, but I don't know if that's a full charge, but I'm not going to question it. If that's what they say, or they believe that, fine. The problem with that is these batteries are good for 1,000 charges, and if you figure how you got to do it daily, how many days are there in a year? You're looking at 15 days less 3 years. 3 years less 15 days, sorry. See, so you're going to squeeze 3 years out of this thing, and the batteries have to be replaced. Now, if you've got a 5-year lease contract, you have to replace this battery at the end of, I'm pretty sure they're not going to do it, because how are they making any money? This battery is possibly $15,000. So you're going to have to replace this battery, and then at the end of your contract, you're 2 years into these new set of batteries, and they're pretty well poofed. If you know anything about rechargeable batteries, they don't deliver right from day one. You get a nice charge, but you'll notice 2 months later it's taking a little longer to charge, and you're not getting as far. And they have a range of only about 40 clicks, which is fine if you're driving around the neighborhood. But if you want to go to the coast, and it happens to be, say, 4,000 miles, that's a lot of stopping if you can even find a place to charge it up. And that's a lot of charges. It's a good chance the car will be poofed by the time you get it there. So I tell people, no, don't lease that one, please. If you're going to lease one, lease a gas one, and take care of it. See ya.